Hey guys, it's Jiffy with Jiffy's Gaming on another free-to-play 2 Elite episode. Just wanted to say hi to everyone. We're going to start today with a Klingon recruitment. I see that that's up now. So we're going to make a brand new actual player today. Nice good old Klingon recruit. And this is going to help us in many, many ways. We'll go to, I like the Klingon Defense Force. Well, when it loads anyways. Alright, we'll select him. As you can see, there's a whole litany of different players that you can play as. What is this here? The Klingon Discovery, Gorn, Promethean, Nausicaan, Orion, or Alien. I've always been partial to the Orions or the Klingons. I think what I'm going to do today, since it's my first character on the Klingon, I mean, how do you not go with the Klingon, I suppose? Tactical officer, I think that's pretty good. I actually like the original preset, I guess. That. Six foot five is pretty good. Uniform. I'd say I like that one there. Don't have to go too much into the advanced. I've never been great at creating characters in specific ways. Oh, but now for a name. A name. I hadn't thought about this one. Well, let's see. What about this? Something like that. Hopefully that name is actually available. And yeah, we'll engage there.
Second officer aboard a Klingon bird of prey, currently in charge of the Night Watch. You are in command of the ship, while Captain Sherlick and First Officer Duran are off duty. Your shift nears its end. Third Officer Lieutenant Kagan would like to have a word with you before you leave the bridge. People have icons above their heads. Press the X button to talk with them.
The end of the shift is near, at last. I have updated the duty logs. Not that there was a lot to report. Still, we have our duties. You will need to approve the logs before the captain arrives. Unless you are fond of cleaning up after his targ. The logs are up on my station now. Use it to transfer them into the record of battle. Ha! Battle. The only battle we face is against the forces of boredom. We are warriors of the Empire. We should be finding glory against Starfleet in honorable combat, not flying through empty space.
Approve the logs.
You have completed a task by approving the duty logs. Return to your contact, Lieutenant Kagan.
I hope the logs didn't bore you too much. I almost fell asleep writing them. If you'd like something more entertaining, I've made some adjustments to the standard disruptor training program on the holodeck. I think you'll find them interesting.
So anything would be better than shooting at drones.
Captain on the bridge! Nook-neck! I see you and Kagan kept my ship from blowing up during your watch. Careless would-be drow. I relieve you. Return in 6 hours, Lieutenant. You are dismissed.
Proceed down the hall to the holodeck controls. Use the panel to program the holo. Your minimap shows you where your objectives are. An arrow will appear on the minimap if you are far away from your objective. The holodeck is initializing. Do not enter. The training program is ready. You may enter now. In combat, press the R2 button to use your weapon's primary attack. And press the R1 button to use your weapon's secondary attack. While in combat, certain actions are disabled. Once you drop out of combat, more detail about ground combat will become available.
Warrior.
Return to the entry door.
Your attention is required at this
Down the
console.
hallway to the turbo lift.
Warrior, I have a proposition for you. Like you, I am a servant of the Empire. I must exercise caution, because our enemies are everywhere. See great potential in you. I wish to work with you for the benefit of the Empire. Wise warriors go into battle knowing themselves and their opponents well. I can help you with both of these. You are an officer with simple duties now, but that will soon change. I can provide you with weapons, tools, and targets. Your captain is involved in questionable activities. Do not take my word for it. You will soon see for yourself. Beneath this console, you will find an encrypted datapad. Use it to communicate with me. I will provide you with special equipment and information for missions vital to the security of the Klingon Empire. I know. I count upon your honor. Or at least upon your violence. That is why I have chosen to work with you. You will see in time that this is a chance both for your own glory and to secure the safety of the Empire.
You are now a Klingon recruit. You have a unique trait that gives bonus dilithium ore to you and your teammates.
Wow. You become a Klingon recruit pretty quickly. I thought I remember this being a much longer, detailed task.
On the hallway, enter the crew quarters and sleep in your rack.
Jorlek the Sigma. We're ready to receive your prisoner.
Acknowledged. We're beaming the piece of Bachtalk to you, now. I recommend you muzzle him. The sound of his voice is irritating.
If he irritates me, I will feed him to my favorite targ, Peace by... Shields!
Kapla, you're alive. This is First Officer Duran. We have sustained damage from a surprise attack. I need you to motivate the crew and get them back to their posts.
Sometimes, missions specialized to your career class are available.
Today is a good day to die. I am ready to serve with honor for the Empire.
I will do what must be done. With honor.
Here is the situation. We took custody of a Federation prisoner from the IKS Segpa. Almost immediately after transport, a Starfleet cruiser showed up and attacked. We took some severe damage, but we were able to get our shields up before they could beam over. They've launched shuttles and have boarded the ships on the lower decks. Our security teams are tied up all over the ship, so I need your help securing the lower deck. Grab a rifle from the armory locker and then make your way to the lower decks. I don't know how they were able to enter our shuttle bay, so check the bodies for anything that can give us a clue as to how they were able to board us. One or two of them might be carrying something useful.
Approach the armory locker and press the X button to get them. Press the triangle button to switch between your two equipped weapons. Press the option button. Select the captain button. The ship and enemies have a chance to drop item.
This thing's like a shotgun, basically. You just gotta be close. And wha-bam.
Please input message for decryption. This is Captain Jorlek. I have the prisoner you seek, and I do not wish to be captured or killed. I will permit your boarding shuttles to land on my ship in exchange for my release once you have the prisoner. My crew must never learn of this, so arm your boarding parties and expect resistance once you board.
You recovered that message from the Federation borders? My suspicions about our Pataka the Captain have been confirmed. I've been seeing signs of Jurlik's cowardice and incompetence for months now. But finally, this is the proof I need to challenge him. I see that you are near the brig. I want you to talk to the Federation prisoner there. Find out why he is so valuable. And then report back directly to me. Kapla!
The prisoner is still here. Starfleet's rescue attempt has failed.
Something on your mind, Second Officer? You do know your captain's a traitor, right? And now two of you know. That's a start. Tell me, does Duran know about Jurlik's dishonor as well? Well then, I'm guessing you'll be first officer before too long. Can't imagine Duran letting something like that slide.
How do you know so much about our crew, Starfleet?
It's my business to know things. If I were you, I'd check in with soon-to-be Captain Duran. She'll probably want to talk about your promotion.
I'm afraid First Officer Duran is indisposed. Permanently. Report to the bridge at once. Unless you wish to join her in Stovokor.
Well, I was half right. Congratulations on your promotion, First Officer.
The captain has dishonored himself. You are the next ranking officer. It is your right to challenge him to a duel, to the death. If you defeat him, the ship is yours. Go. You know what must be done.
It took you long enough. Take your station. We have work to do if we are to survive. Well, what are you waiting for? The blessing of Kalis? Do as you're told, or I will find someone who will. Oh, you stand for the crew, eh? You think you can kill me and take my command? Duran was a better warrior than you. And she now sings in Stovokor. You will fare no better, whelp. Think. We fight a war we cannot win. Not even Tukuzma could defeat the Federation. And they were far weaker then. Why should we die for Jimpock's folly? Young fool! I plan on living a long and prosperous life. I give you one last chance. Stand down, or your corpse will be cooling on the deck next to Duran's. What say you? As you wish. I've killed one hero today. Why not litter the deck with the body of another? Draw your weapon and try to die well, fool. Fool.
successful victory. Under Imperial law, you are now the captain. I will enter the change of command into the record of battle. I am Kagan, son of Kerr. I now take my place as first officer. I serve the captain, but I stand for the crew. Engines and shields are online, sir. Engineering expects to restore our weapons soon. The cloaking device may take a bit longer, however. Engines and shields are online, sir. Engineering expects to restore our weapons soon. The cloaking device may take a bit longer, however. The Starfleet vessels that attacked us are still in the area, and the Segpa is moving to engage them in battle. There is glory to be found there. What are your orders, Captain?
Congratulations, warrior.
Captain, there is no sign of the Segpa on scanners. We do not know if the Feds destroyed her, but I suggest we not worry about that just yet. Engines and shields are operational, but we need Iridium to facilitate immediate repairs to other systems, and our Iridium stores were lost in the ambush. Fortunately, there are some asteroids in the vicinity that might have what we need.
Press the up button to increase your ship's speed. Press the down button to decrease. The god has joined your crew.
Helm, full stop! Captain, I recommend we use the scanners to see if this contains any Iridium. No Iridium on the scanners, but that nearby asteroid field may have what we need.
Use your minimap or press the touchpad button to see where your next objective is. Hold the up button to activate and deactivate full impulse.
Helm, full stop! Captain, I stopped the ship this time, but from now on you'll be responsible for controlling the speed of the ship. We have found several asteroids that contain Iridium, Captain. Weapons are back online.
Press the R2 button to fire energy weapons.
Bashka! We found some Iridium!
An item has dropped for you. Move near the item, and it will be automatically added to your inventory.
Captain, I'm picking up a Starfleet distress signal. seems that a frigate looking for us took a hit in a nearby asteroid field. They are disabled. They won't be out of action for long. I suggest we put an end to their hunt while we can. What are your orders, Captain?
You must be within 10 kilometers of an enemy to attack it.
Mayday, mayday! We are disabled and under attack by the Baral we were searching. Request assistance.
Sir, a Federation care team just walked in. I suggest we take them out as well.
Warning. Ship is...
Captain, the threats are jamming our sensors. We can't get a lock on the SIGPA while they do. We have determined the location of the ships that are jamming us, however. We should eliminate them so we can continue our search for the SIGPA. It will be a tough fight, but the crew hungers for battle. I think we're up for the challenge. Your orders, Captain?
Activate your cloaking device to hide from enemy sensors. You cannot cloak in combat, and you must decloak first before you can attack. After decloaking, you receive a damage bonus for 5 seconds. You cannot fire.
Enemy ships destroyed. Jamming. We are clear to resume our search for the SIGPA, Captain. Your orders?
This is Captain Kagdar of the IKS SEGPA. Where is Captain Jurlek? Ha! Finally! That miserable Toba has been a blight for far too long. Congratulations. May you bring glory to your ship and your house. Speaking of which, do you want to join our fight against this Federation Patak? My long-range comms are down, so I cannot notify High Command of the situation.
Communications officer, make a report to command. Give them our coordinates, and tell them we are moving to assist the SIGPA in battle. Captain, the Starfleet vessel is hailing us. Do you wish to respond?
This is the Federation ship USS Musashi hailing incoming Klingon vessel. Captain Jurlek, what are you... Wait. Where is Captain Jurlek? Well then, I assume you realize how outgunned you are? I'll cut you the
Klingon
same deal I
Defense
had with
Force
Jurlek.
reinforcements
Give
are
us your
warping
prisoner, and we'll let you escape. And live to fight another day. Failure to comply means we'll disable your ship and take the prisoner by force.
It looks like Starfleet wants a fight. Shall we give them one, Captain?
You're making a huge mistake.
Get that Federation prisoner to Kronos immediately. High Command is expecting him. You probably want to space him by now. I know I did. But that would be a career-ending move for you. Just get him to Kronos.
Congratulations, warrior.
So you're the one with my prisoner. Congratulations! We've captured him many times, but no one has ever actually gotten him as far as Kronos before he escaped. He's quite the prize. Beam him down directly to the prison here in First City, and we'll make arrangements for the prisoner transfer. Kronos prison facility out. The prisoner has been received. The prisoner has been received and muzzled. Typical human, in love with the sound of his own voice. Oh, some stuffy bureaucrat tried to reach you here. Word about your promotion has traveled fast, it seems. I suggest you present yourself to the High Council and get the formalities out of the way.
And this is what you load into on your first go round. I see the insane asylums have let everyone out.
There he is, the hero that brought us a Federation prisoner, the warrior who saved the Segpa, the rightful heir of a starship by right of personal combat. You have done well to start your career. I will be keeping an eye on you and your progress. Now, before you go flying off to find your adventure, there is the matter of your duties as a captain in the Klingon Defense Force. First off, there is the matter of Lieutenant Doran's husband, her Parmach. It is your duty to inform him of her death, as you are now her superior officer, even in death.
We will find Chagrin, Doran's Parmach, working at the exchange.
Greetings! I am Farm, a fully certified banker and financial investor. What can I help you with today? Chagrin, Oh, right. He's one of the maintenance engineers. Make sure the exchange computers are up and running. Last I knew, he was running diagnostics in the warehouse, located in the back of the exchange. One more thing. As a first-time visitor to this exchange, you qualified for a free sample of our fine merchandise. You won't find better quality anywhere on Kronos, Warrior. And if you like it, feel free to come back. Like the Grand Nagus always says, the only thing better than a first-time customer is a repeat customer.
You have received a kit appropriate to your profession. Open your inventory and
This is your character. Here, select. You can also view your...
These are added to your action bar that you can perform in ground combat.
Alrighty. I don't suppose Chagrin will take this news very well. Your wife was killed by a coward and a traitor. Oh, he's injured.
Nausicaan smugglers. They must have known I was all alone in here. Ambushed me. They're pirates, robbing the exchange. Someone must stop them. I'm too injured to...
Is he dancing? I meant... What? I'm not sure. What is... Okay. Okay, buddy. Smuggle that.
You fight well. You've given me time to recover my strength. But now I must find Mazarog and put an end to that miserable Takek's treachery.
Well, tell them, Chagrin. Who am I?
Mazarog! You're nothing but a smuggling Yinta!
No. Wrong as always. I'm the one who's going to kill you. A real warrior never lets his prey escape.
You dare to challenge a warrior of the Empire?
Get around the back of him here. Smart. Freeze the guy behind you. here.
You said you had something to tell me.
Yeah.
I understand. She was a true warrior. Tell me, exactly how did she die? It is good you were able to avenge her death, but she failed. I will not have Doran denied entrance to Stovokor because she died at the hands of a traitor. If you would have me, I would join your crew and fight by your side in her name. My talents as an engineer are wasted here in these warehouses. Let me... You will be a captain worthy of my service. We are being...
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Prison. Something I should know about.
That prisoner you dropped off escaped with the help of two accomplices. One was a male Orion and the other a Nausicaan. The Orion caused a commotion, filing a complaint regarding a prisoner transfer that never occurred, and then kept shouting until he managed to distract the entire room. Meanwhile, the Nausicaan made his way into the cell block and shorted out the force field controls. Cameras caught him equipping our Federation prisoner with a holo-emitter disguise. The three then escaped into the city in the aftermath. Security cameras caught the trio heading north before they were lost in the crowd. You are to search there for any witnesses that may lead us to their hiding location. I don't care what this prisoner knows. He's been more trouble than his value to intelligence. If he happens to die during capture, there will not be an inquiry.
I think I know where we can start looking for the criminals. The Chamber of Judgment is nearby, close to the Lake of Fire. An old judge I know likes to sit near the lake between trials. He might have seen something, and he's no friend to criminals. If he saw them, he will be happy to bring them to justice. The Lake of Fire is just outside of the exchange. With luck, the judge will be there.
Nosnek, if you've come to try and curry my favor in the courtroom, you're wasting your time and risking my wrath. Curious. I did see such a trio recently, but thought little of it. On reflection, the human was garbed in a heavy cloak, perhaps to conceal his prison uniform. Indeed, they headed north, then west. They may have sought one of the tailors there to acquire new clothes to disguise themselves.
Head west from the courtyard and down the stairs to the tailor.
I feel so ignored.
The stranger with the Orion and Nausicaan? Yes, they were just here. They made a quick purchase and then made their way to the bar to the west. Speaking of new clothes, I could outfit you and your crew in the latest in Klingon fashion for the right price. Come see me anytime.
Talent is a tailor, and you can visit him at any time to alter the appearance of your character and your bridge officers.
What can I get you? Ah, yes, them. They asked about another Orion, a fixer named Garat, then headed downstairs. Syndicate business, I'm guessing. Anyway, their business, not mine.
stranger, an Orion, and a Nausicaan. Reminds me of a joke I heard once. Well, then again, perhaps this isn't the time for such things. You know, I did see such a group. They went into the back rooms, right over there, behind those doors. Always happy to help
I'll
warriors
check you
of
out.
the Empire with anything they might need.
And thanks for the love.
Good hunting.
We should check them. See where our quarry went. That is a suspiciously new console for an old building. Looks like the spies have set incendiary devices to cover their tracks. We should disable these in case they are set to ignite later.
So anyways, the reason I started up this guy here and a new character is because they're doing a Klingon recruitment basically event right now, which will allow me to get bonus dilithium as well as
Let's resume our search for the human criminal. That room in the back looks like a good place to start.
Not only on this account, not only on the Klingon account, but also on my main account.
You're too late. You may have defused the bombs, but your quarry is long gone.
Say anything.
He's not talking. Probably trained to withstand torture. We're not going to get anywhere with this one. KTF security is on their way. They can take this Bachtag to the infirmary.
Let's see where he went.
According to the logs, the last transport was to the shipyard in orbit above Kronos. If we don't hurry, a prisoner could easily secure passage out of the system. I recommend we go to the shipyard at once. We need to make our way to the transporter pad to beam to the shipyard, Captain.
The mission is very serious, but you immediately come out and start dancing. Just imagine answering a comm like that, like in full dance mode.
I feel so ignored.
Get onto the transporter pad and instruct the transporter chief to beam you to the shipyard. The transporter here can take you to the shipyard, the Klingon Academy, or directly back to your ship in orbit. The shipyard is where you can purchase new ships when you achieve the appropriate rank. customize and outfit ships you own.
You interested in buying a slightly used ship? But yes, just minutes ago. I sold him a shuttle. He seemed in a rush to leave. Didn't think anything of it. I assume he's wanted by the KDF? Lucky for you, I kept a copy of the transponder code of the shuttle he just bought. And I will give it to you at no charge. In fact, since you're going after such a dangerous fugitive, let me throw in this technical manual. The spec should help your tactical officer to be able to eke some better performance out of your ship. Just to show you which side I'm on. Qapla'! And glory to the Empire, right?
Captain, we found the transponder signal. Standing by to beam you aboard and begin pursuit.
I'm disappointed he was able to get off Kronos, but not surprised. He's a slippery one. Do what you need to do to bring him back. You have his warp trail, so I begin with that. There
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
From the heart of Kronos to the frozen wastes of Rurapenthe, Klingons have built an empire that values strength, honor, and skill in combat. To be Klingon is to be a warrior. Fight well, live with honor, die with a blade in your hand. If you can do these things, you will live forever in the stories and songs of the Empire.
Outfit the guys real quick before we get anyplace. Before we have to go anywhere, I should say. Let's over this here. Yeah, like that. You can go up along the side here. Check out the Klingon recruit. It shows you here where you can pick up your different little goodies and what they might be. You can see all the different little goodies you can get anyways.
On the front lines of the Klingon Federation war, brave captains from both sides battle to defend their homes and gain advantages for their faction. Each death has meaning. Every victory can turn the tide. These are the conflicts that will determine the fate of the Quadrant.
I'm going to use that to get some dilithium. See if anything can be sold, actually. They might actually sell for 0 too, some of the stuff. Because it's your starter stuff. Your starter items won't sell for anything. Don't need a... I don't think I need that anyways. Okay, and this just brings me into here. Now on Earth space dock, as you complete stuff with the Klingon actual recruit, since he's a Klingon recruit, during the Klingon recruit event, you know, and even once you get him, actually technically he's able to do the event throughout, so you don't have to complete like everything like right now, right this second. Once you have him actually as a Klingon recruit, it unlocks everything, and you can play it at your own leisure. But the cool thing is that once you actually start to earn rewards with the Klingon, you can then also log into, like, let's say your Starfleet character, if you have one, and go around, and there's a rewards guy by the Admiralty area on Earth space dock. So, you know, you can kind of earn multiple characters benefits, I guess. Is that the best way to say that? I'm not sure, but anyways, you get what I mean.
Captain, the warp trail ends here. What are your orders? Opening hailing frequencies. If he's out there, he'll hear it.
Captain, I recommend modifying the navigational beacons in this system to amplify our efforts in locating the prisoner. Beacon modified. Nothing yet. We should modify another beacon. Got him! Establishing a communication link now.
Scanning the radiation will cause the wave scanner minigame to appear.
Sorry about that. When I see goodies, I gotta get them.
I am impressed. I thought Doran was the right choice for command, but apparently even I can be wrong. The KDF will do well with you in their ranks. You have the tenacity of a rabid dog. As much as I might deserve to rot in a Klingon jail cell and be interrogated to within an inch of my life on a daily basis, I have unfinished business. It's time I was going. I don't doubt that you would. However, I always have an escape plan. I've planted a tiny subroutine in all Starfleet computers. If any vessel arrives in the Boreth system, their sensors will pick up distress beacons from dozens of destroyed Starfleet starships. In addition, when we started this conversation, I sent out a few false maydays from these phantom vessels. Ships are already responding. You've proven yourself to be a skilled warrior already, so I'm sure you know that Kalis said it was acceptable to lose a battle to save an empire, or a ship. I suggest you leave before Starfleet arrives.
Captain, we're being hailed by one of the Starfleet vessels.
Klingon bird of prey, power down your weapons and shields, and prepare to be boarded.
Our sensors are detecting several Federation distress beacons in this area. This trap is obviously your handiwork. Surrender now, or we will be forced to open fire. The beacons are as plain as curious. They are no longer transmitting. Engineering, run a level 3 diagnostic on the sensors. I extend my apologies. We did not intend to violate Klingon space. We will be leaving now, if you will allow it. Rest assured that whomever tricked us here will be found and punished. On that, you have my word as a Starfleet officer.
Attention, Klingon ships. We are here on a rescue operation.
They never learn.
We wish to resolve this peacefully, but we will defend ourselves if we must.
Ready to leave the system on your command.
Start the system.
It is unfortunate that the prisoner has eluded your search. That said, you did uncover a Federation spy nest in the heart of First City. We've deciphered their infiltration techniques and are cracking down on their spy network within the Empire. One of my prison guards was impressed with your tenacity and asked to be reassigned to your crew. You would be wise to accept it.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
We have identified the Federation prisoner you've been chasing. His name is Franklin Drake. Some of our sources say he's a Starfleet intelligence agent, but there are hints that he's much more. From what I can tell, he's not part of the normal chain of command. Previously, we didn't have any images or genetic samples from him, which is why he was so hard to identify. Now, we'll be on him the second he shows his face again. We already have a lead for you to follow. Records indicate a Klingon shuttle entered space above the Rura Penthe penal colony. That system is restricted. and there was no traffic scheduled for today. You are authorized by the High Council to approach the system and determine if Drake is there. Bring him back alive, if you can. There is work to do.
Some credits. Let's move to the shield. I think the shield was an aftermarket. Didn't come with the ship. Yeah, I wonder. Ooh, I can transnavigate or transport. Yeah, that makes it a lot easier.
This is Warden Katak of the Rura Penthe Penal Colony. You do not have authorization to land. Turn back now. Any attempt to violate our security perimeter will be met with force.
Our authorization comes from Chancellor Jempak himself. It is unwise to stand in the way of his representatives. Unless, of course, you'd like to become a resident of your own prison.
My apologies, Kalekanes. I am honored to meet you. What do representatives of the High Council seek at Rura Penthe? There are no Federation corps on Rura Penthe. Are you aware enemies of the Empire should be killed, not fed and coddled like infants?
It appears the spy is as good at getting into prisons as he is at escaping them. Check your sensor logs, Warden. He is here, somewhere.
Our security logs are checked every quarter hour as per regulations. There have been no transfers in or out of the colony within the last day. Only 2 ships have entered the system today. Yours and a Klingon shuttle. The shuttle left the system hours ago. You are still here.
Your arrogance is tiresome, Warden. Produce your sensor logs at once.
Our logs clearly indicate the shuttle left the system hours ago. And there have been no transfers. All prisoners in this colony are either accounted for or dead. Your trail has gone cold.
Ready to beam down on your command, Captain. There is a magnetic field covering the entire penal colony to prevent prisoners from escaping via transporter. We'll have to beam down to the outskirts of the magnetic field and walk to the entrance. Halt! Where do you think you are going? You may have crossed the magnetic shield, but your visit is unannounced, and you will follow protocol. No one simply wanders around this prison. I will escort you to the warden. You will follow me. Warden, the visitors are here.
I can see them, Rogas!
Your presence here is unnecessary. The only Federation citizens on Rurapin are frozen into the ice. But don't let me dissuade you from your manhunt. My guards will stay where they are. If there was a breach, it would have tripped the alarms. Our security system is quite advanced. This is a prison, after all. Please, examine the security system for yourself. If you refuse to accept the word of the prison's warden, that is. You dare to question the honor of a warrior of the House of Torg? You may be representatives of Jempak, but you'll taste my blade if you insult me again. Go, see for yourself. You'll only find the Padak dumped here to rot.
Follow me to the general holding area. Take one of the jackal mastiffs with you to sniff out treachery.
There is a priority target in the area. Stay alert.
Interrogate the prisoners, Captain. One of them may have spotted the fugitive.
Target acquired. Subject is guilty of treason. Termination authorized.
Interesting.
Go bother someone else. Take your ugly face somewhere else before I cave it in with my fist.
Is this an inspection?
What's he doing?
I've seen no humans here.
Get lost. I got nothing to say to you. I believe someone is following you, Captain. Turn around.
None of these prisoners will help you. They can sense danger far better than you can. And they know the risks of getting involved in a fight that's not theirs.
Because I'm not a Batak like the Warden and his cousin. Have you asked yourself, why would a human come to Rurapente? The human is here to extract a prisoner. There are no other alternatives. If he was coming to kill someone, then he's a koch. All he needed to do was wait. Everyone sent to this hole dies. Most are dead within a year. Are you questioning my honor? If you think you're safe because you hold a weapon, you're mistaken. The only thing standing between you and a cold grave is my patience.
Someday, I'll teach you a lesson for testing my resolve. The human is here, but it is a complicated situation. You must do exactly as I say. We are surrounded by enemies, and you will need my help to survive. The only crime I've committed was thinking there could be peace between the great houses. And all you need to know is that I am a Klingon warrior with the information you need. Follow me, and I will take you to the one the prisoners call the Worm. The Worm is over by the mine entrance.
There you are. I was wondering if I'd lost you.
Don't try to play coy with us. You have the subterfuge skills of a wounded tar. Did you think no one here would notice a new prisoner? Or that no one would notice when you tampered with the air exchangers?
I see you've found a new friend. Look, if I had the time to explain, I would. But I'm on a tight schedule, and you took your time getting here. If you want to know what's really going on, you'll have to ask your new friend. I need to be going.
Follow him! He's running for the surface!
Of these guys back here. We're just gonna do this one quick. Boom. And right here. Still in here? Up top. Trying to kill the guards. Gotcha. Of the unarmed. Oh, the guy in the corner. Okay. Oh Lord, what is this? Hey, give me the goodies. Reached 100%. Nice.
Hurry! We have to stop him! The worm has slithered to the surface. We need to stop him before he can reach the edge of the magnetic shield. I promise that I'll explain everything once we track him down.
Alright. Time to exit.
The human is trying to cross the ice. We need to hurry before he gets outside the magnetic shield. In that case, we don't have any time to waste. It will be difficult to track his movements in this flurry. Those were wild jackals. Keep a lookout for more. They travel in packs.
How can they survive on the surface?
Dense fur, I would assume.
They must feed on the corpses of dead prisoners.
You said you would explain why you were thrown into Rura Pente.
I am a diplomat. My peaceful words were called treason.
How can there be peace? We are at war!
Diplomats are not respected in Klingon culture.
You've clearly never read the works of Chancellor Gorkon. Now, let me ask you a question. How can we win a war if we can't stop fighting one another?
Honor must be upheld.
The words of a warrior. Still, killing one another for honor blinds us to greater threats.
Agreed.
There he is!
Impressive. Your determination is commendable. There's more at stake here than dealing with a lone human on a mission of mercy. In fact, our intelligence says you have very little time left to act. Our friend here discovered that one of the great houses is plotting against the Empire. He's correct, but his curiosity cost him. Now you and Kemtar, will both have a chance for glory. Kemtar, your father still has friends in the Federation. They believe he's in great danger. I recommend a trip to the Vor system. There you'll find out just how big of a mess you're in, and find the proof that Worf will want.
I don't. He and I have never met. But as I told you, the story is complicated. What you need to know is that he speaks the truth. There is a plot against the Empire, and it is not the Federation's doing. Our true enemies are closer than we realize. If we want to protect our people, we must go to the Vor system and see what is there.
I don't care if you trust me. Kemtar, tell your father that obligations have been met. Only you can decide how you'll deal with the greater threat.
The only threat you should be worried about is me. You're a miserable Karut. Not only have you broken penal colony protocol, but you've meddled in the affairs of House Torg. I don't care if Kemtar is innocent. We were paid a great deal of latinum to keep this piece of Vaktak locked up. He's not leaving here, and neither are you.
A trap.
That's my cue to exit. Good luck.
If Rogaz could find us, we can expect more guards soon. You must have a ship in orbit. We should beam up as soon as possible and discuss what is happening.
We read you, Captain. What are your orders? We can't get a lock on your position, Captain. You must still be within range of the magnetic field. We will bring the ship down to the surface to pick you up, Captain.
If we head for higher ground, it will be easier for your ship to locate us.
Mission objective waypoints will show up as circles on the map.
Look up ahead. The Warden and the guards are approaching.
What do you have to say for yourself?
You dishonorable dog! When the High Council hears what Jempak's representatives have done here today, they will order your immediate execution! Enough to keep us warm long after you're dead. We get paid whether Kemtar lives or dies. So before I kill you, I'll offer you the coward's choice of surrender. What am I forgetting, Tosha?
That's pretty cool.
Fitting end to a band of dishonorable fools. I trust you're ready to leave this freezing, miserable place, Captain. In many ways, I think Rurapente is worse than Grathor itself.
Drake said we should go to the Vor system. What would we possibly find Whatever is there, it is a threat to the Klingon Empire. We must find evidence to show the Council.
Agreed.
Transporter room is standing by, Captain. We're ready to bring you aboard at your command.
Pick us up and let's roll.
Your report on Warden Kratak and the prison riot was disturbing. I have transferred many prisoners to Urapenthe, and this is the first I've heard of corruption. As you know, the Empire does not tolerate fraud or dishonesty. I accept your resolution to the matter, but I am displeased that you did not apprehend Drake. The fact you freed Kimtar also requires scrutiny. If Kimtar were not Ambassador Worf's son, I would demand that you return him to First City at once. However, if you believe there's evidence of further corruption, you have my authorization to pursue this matter discreetly.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
You have a new captain power available in your radio menu. Press the L2 button to show all your powers. Use the
During my
left stick
time
to
as
navigate
ambassador,
this radio
I
menu.
uncovered evidence that one of the
Press
great
the L3
houses has been
button to
corrupted
set
by
your
a
quick
foreign
power
influence
and
and is
update the
plotting
default
against the
captain power
Empire.
to use.
I was thrown
Press
into
the right trigger to
Urapenthe
activate a
as
power
punishment for
directly
digging
from
too
this
close to the
radio
truth.
menu.
The fugitive Drake suggested that we travel to the Vor system. We hope to find evidence that will prove there is an internal threat to the Empire.
The Vor system in the Beta Quadrant can be located on the area map. Select any system to auto-travel to that location.
Well, fair enough. Pretty close to it here.
Captain, we've entered the Vor system. There's a starbase in orbit dead ahead. Huh. It's one of ours, but the record's listed as a research facility operated by Uridian scientists.
The Uridians are not known for their scientific prowess, but the research station is listed as a protected asset. According to your ship's computer, the Uridians have a trade agreement with a human scientist named Amar Singh. He is working with someone in the Empire on a genetic research project. It's unclear what Drake expected us to find here.
He did say of a greater threat.
By default, the R key will set either full throttle or full stop.
This is Research Facility Logner Beta 3. I am Plardos Yarden, commander of the station. With whom am I speaking? We weren't informed there would be visitors today. How may we serve the Empire?
Commander Plardos, you will provide this ship's computer access to all recent station communication logs. You will also transmit a manifest of shipments and supply delivery receipts for the last month.
Well, this is unexpected. You do realize that we have an agreement with your government and Dr. Singh? Our research is highly classified. You do have some sort of official order granting permission to view these records?
This is sick.
Why are you attacking us? Please, we are not your enemy. You're completely mad. This is a top security installation. You don't have authorization to access our records. We're filing a formal complaint. Of course we're hiding something. We're conducting classified research. That's why you are not authorized to access station records. You do understand the concept of top secret, don't you? This is preposterous. We refuse to hand over top secret information without proper authorization. We will defend ourselves, if necessary.
They've powered up defensive cannons and launched small craft. The station commander sent a distress signal. A ship is responding. Captain, Romulan warbird on sensors.
What?
Captain, the Romulans are hailing us.
We received a distress call from this station. We are here to provide assistance. Station Commander Plardos sounded distressed. He mentioned a disagreement with a Klingon vessel. It would be dishonorable of us not to investigate. We appreciate the delicate nature of the situation. Would you mind if we spoke with the station? Perhaps we could resolve any misunderstanding.
I find this very suspicious. Why would Romulans respond to a distress call here?
The Romulans hailed the station on an open frequency, and then immediately switched to an encrypted channel. The Romulan ship hasn't raised shields. What are they up to?
I don't need to remind you that we're in Klingon territory. The fact that these Romulans are here at all could be the clue we need.
Captain, the station has transported several crates of goods to the Romulans.
Commander Plardos has explained the situation. It sounds as if there's been a miscommunication.
Not exactly.
The foolish bravado of the Klingon Empire. Attacking your own station and then accusing us of wrongdoing. I should have expected something like this. Very well. We'll communicate in terms you can understand.
Everyone wants to talk down to me like I just so whatever. Like I'm a moron for being a Klingon. Nice, isn't it?
More Romulan ships dropping out of warp. Interesting. One of the Romulans is firing rebels have been hearing about it.
This is Commander Telex of the Romulan Republic. We are here to cooperate with the Klingon Empire. The Romulan Republic is thankful for your assistance. We had tracked the Tal Shiar to this system, but we would have been outmatched without your aid. The Romulan Republic faces many challenges, but conflict with the Klingon Empire should not be one of them. As a gesture of good faith, I'll share with you information that you might find to be of value. We believe Tal Shiar agents are collaborating with operatives in the Klingon Empire to steal weaponry and technology. We have uncovered large supplies of Klingon weapons on the planet Nimbus 3 that we believe are being stockpiled there by agents of the Empress. The stolen goods are being transferred through several facilities in the local sector, including this science station. The shipping manifests on the supply crates and the weapons themselves. By tracking the flow of goods, we've learned that there are agents in the Klingon Empire transferring stolen supplies to the Tal Shiar. Those supplies are being stockpiled on Nimbus 3. If you will help track down the source of those weapons, we will share our data with you. Transferring the data now. We expect the Klingon Empire to track down the source of these stolen goods and punish those responsible before more weapons fall into the wrong hands. If we discover any further information, we will notify the Empire's ambassador on Mol Rihan.
Please listen to me. We were only following protocol. We must ensure that our research doesn't fall into the wrong hands. We didn't know the shipments we were transferring were stolen. I was told that the crates were medical supplies needed on the war front. We didn't ask questions. Please, show mercy. We were only doing what we were ordered to do. Due to present circumstances, we will forego normal security authorization and provide the files you have requested. We live to serve the Empire.
We've received the data that Kemtar requested, Captain. It will take some time to analyze these files and track the source of the shipments. In the meantime, we are prepared to leave the system on your command.
Depart the system.
Your officers have analyzed the shipping logs from the research facility. Their findings confirm what the Romulan Republic officer told us. Someone has been routing technology and weapons to the Tal Shiar, and they are going to great lengths to cover their tracks. An operation of this magnitude would require the resources of one of the houses, but the shipments are being routed in such a way to conceal their point of origin. Our evidence is circumstantial. It was my eagerness to point fingers without proof that landed me in Urapinthe in the first place. We must exercise patience and wait for our prey to reveal themselves. My father is Ambassador Worf. He has many friends and many enemies. I tried to convince him that one of the houses was moving in the shadows against us. He either didn't believe me or didn't care. Either way, he made his decision when he refused to act after I was sent to Urapinthe. His pride is a weakness our enemy will try to exploit. You can try, but we must be prepared if he doesn't. We should at least warn him of the danger, even if he refuses to see the knife at his throat.
You can use Transwarp to quickly return to your home system of Kronos. Hold the X button and select the Transwarp button. Available Transwarp. Home of the Klingon Empire. In order to beam down
Perhaps. First, tell me who you are. Greetings. How may I assist you? That is an odd request. We stand in the courtyard of the Great Hall, and honor has no need of secrecy. If you cannot speak your mind in this place, then I have no desire to hear what you have to say.
Honor first.
That is not my son's name. If Kemtar wishes to talk, tell him to come and speak to me. I will not communicate through intermediaries. He is the only one in danger, unless you have been foolish enough to listen to his tales. But you have already made that mistake. If you have spoken to him, then you have been to Rurapenthe. I am Gintok to the House of Martok. Lady Sorella has declared vengeance on the House of Jimpok. It would not surprise me if all the great houses wish me dead. Tell my son that I am capable of defending myself. Romulans? That does not make sense. Jimpok's position towards the Federation and the Tal Shiar is very clear. And in this, he has my house's full support. It would be foolish for any house to make such a connection. However, I would not be surprised to hear you mention the House of Duras. And that is exactly the sort of accusation that landed my son in a penal colony. Tell Kemtar that unless he has proof, he should stay silent. If he is a fugitive from Rurapenthe, he will only make his situation worse. I do not want to know any more about what you two are plotting.
Has Worf agreed to speak to us? What name I use is not important. Did you tell him what we've learned? Did you tell him the Romulans are involved? Given their history, I've considered the possibility that the House of Duras might be involved. Is he at least willing to review our evidence?
He wants
Yacha! He is a stubborn old man and he is going to get himself killed. Agreed. If the Jintok to House Martok will not listen, we will take our concerns to the house itself. Martok's son Drex is off-world. I will contact Lady Sorella and arrange a meeting.
These events are very disturbing. They paint a picture of a large conspiracy against prominent houses of the Empire. I will work with my contacts to see what else I can learn. And I will notify you when I have enough leads to further our investigation.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Sorella, Lady of the House of Martok, has requested that you meet her at the house estate in the Ketha lowlands. She did not explain why she wanted to see you, but I expect that she has some tasks she would like completed. The House of Martok has lost much prestige since I took the Chancellor's seat. But they still have many allies among the KDF, and I am loath to reject Sorella's request without a good reason. Gaining the favor of the House of Martok could serve you well. But remember, they have many enemies. I harbor no ill towards Sorella, but do not get caught up in her vengeance against me. It would not be in your best interest. Serve the Empire well. Kapla!
Ah, the estate of House Martok. It has been too long. After Gowron stripped my house of its titles and lands, this place became my home. I will defend it and House Martok to my final breath. Come, Lady Sorella waits for us ahead. Believe me when I say it is unwise to keep her waiting.
Welcome. I will skip the usual pleasantries. We have serious matters to discuss. The House of Martok has many enemies. Some of them seek to curry favor with Jempok, or the House of Duras, by striking at us. Until now, most of these attacks have been little more than a nuisance. But now we know that an enemy may be plotting to assassinate Worf, and my grandson, Maven, may also be a target. The filthy Baktag willing to carry out such dishonorable attacks must be stopped. And so, I ask you to find these assassins and eliminate them.
Any threat to House Martok will be dealt with, my lady. On that, you have my word as a warrior. Where is Maven now?
He is on his way to the Batleth tournament on Forcus 3 with your father. Worf assured me that he would handle security matters during the trip, but that was before you reported your findings to me. Before you go, I have another concern. Our local farmers reported seeing a Romulan here recently. Given Kemtar's suspicions of a house collaborating with the Tal Shiar, it seems to be an odd coincidence. We need to know what the Romulan was doing here before you leave for the tournament.
A Romulan? Here? Once I would have considered that impossible. But we live in strange times. Maybe they have come to their senses and joined with the Empire against the Federation. I haven't seen this Romulan myself, but one of the others might have. You have my leave to speak with the workers. One of them might have seen your pointy-eared interloper about.
Of what interest is a Klingon farm to a Romulan?
The only thing I've paid attention to of late has been the lack of rain. But you're a warrior, not a farmer. You wouldn't be interested in that. Sorry I couldn't help you.
The Togs have been busy tearing up my roots, but other than that, I haven't seen anything unusual.
I remember seeing the Romulan. He said he was a surveyor hired to architect a new irrigation system. He set up equipment on the hill over there, but I have not seen him lately. It would not surprise me if he is up to no good. You can never trust a Romulan.
This surveyor may be more than he seems. The idea of a Romulan moving alone, freely on estate grounds? I do not like where this is going. Let's follow his steps.
Doing so could lead to insight on the Romulans' actions. I see the equipment there. It is definitely Romulan tech. That is definitely Romulan gear, but it is not surveying equipment. It is a short-range EM transmitter, not something a surveyor would use, Romulan or otherwise. I have a bad feeling about this. Disable it at once! Well done. We still have a suspicious Romulan on the loose, however. There is a shipping and receiving area nearby, close to a landing pad. I suggest speaking with the workers there. They may have seen our mysterious surveyor recently. Feral Tars. Always a problem at this time of year.
Yes, I remember this man. It's not every day you see a Romulan in the Ketha lowlands. He didn't say he was a surveyor, though. He told me that he was a part of a diplomatic delegation studying our agriculture. Martok would have never let a Romulan set foot on our world. That's why I don't think much of Jimpak. He's too soft. The oddest thing I remember, other than him being a Romulan, was that he personally scheduled the delivery of goods to the farm. That is against our security procedures. Lady Sorella insists on authorizing all deliveries to the manor. However, his codes were valid, and he had Lady Sorella's signature, so I did as he asked. His delivery arrived today. It is the large package we moved to the grain storage shed near the house of Martok's manor. Knep would know what was ordered. He handles most of Lady Sorella's business transactions.
And now our surveyor is a diplomat. A Tal Shiar spy seems more likely.
I processed that delivery. It was an order for the House of Martok. They needed explosives for digging out a new irrigation system. The order was placed by Lady Sorella with her signature and authorization codes. She must need the new irrigation channel badly. Normally, Sorella delays such tasks until the winter, when the farm hands aren't busy with planting and harvesting.
This spy is clever, placing the explosives near the House of Martok's fertilizer stores. If he detonates them, the results will be devastating. I believe that device we found earlier was intended to be a trigger relay. Taking it out will slow the Romulan down, but it may not be enough to foil his plan. We should focus our search near the fertilizer shed. The spy will need a good vantage point to monitor the area before he triggers the detonation. Come, the hunt continues. Use your scanner to search for Romulan life signs. The signal is getting weaker.
Hello.
signal is getting stronger.
How are you today?
The signal is getting stronger.
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Just on playing a little
The
morning
signal is getting stronger.
Star Trek Online.
There, by the ship. What is that Romulan doing?
The House of Martok will crumble, and with it, the rest of the Klingon Empire. You cannot stop what has begun.
Treacherous for shock.
Not bad at all.
It's an ambush.
I certainly enjoy it.
They're finished. Deal with that bomb before it kills us all. This ship, it is the Rotaran, the flagship of House Martok. That Romulan wanted to blow up more than fertilizer. It would have been a fatal blow, both to the House and its honor. Ouija. One thing is clear.
Well, that sounds
Whoever
good.
is behind this plot has
It's a fun
no
game.
honor. Not even a Fakiri would join forces with the Tal Shiar.
It's a little bit of a
It is
learning curve, but
madness.
if you check out, different channels and stuff like that, especially on YouTube,
We
you can
must
get a
continue
pretty good
the
idea
hunt,
of a
my
build that
friend.
you might like.
The Romulan still draws breath, and as long as he lives, our troubles will multiply. A piece of Baktok probably beamed up to a cloaked vessel in orbit. Let us return to your ship and see if we can find it. Ever since Jempok recognized the government on New Romulus, the number of Romulan ships in orbit over Kronos has increased. Most of them have legitimate reasons for being here. As a diplomat, I realize that harassing such a ship could lead to an incident. That's trouble we do not need. Very well. I am willing to continue, as long as you understand that discovering the vessel that holds our quarry will be difficult. There's a lot of warp and impulse traffic in the area. It's too much for the scanners to handle, especially if we're dealing with a cloaked ship. That's assuming the ship is still in the system. They may have gone to warp as soon as the spy stepped off the transporter pad. Ah, your intuition served us well, my friend. Scanners are detecting trace singularity distortions from the nearby asteroids. I believe a cloaked Romulan warbird recently entered warp there. If we get a closer scan, I will be able to plot a course based on the warp trail signature.
I'm being pursued by annoying Klingon insects. What are they called? Globflies. As much as I would love to dance, I have a pressing appointment elsewhere, so let's change partners.
Let's see if we can follow the warp trail of the Romulan leader. Scanning. Ah, there it is. Warp trail detected. Sensor analysis indicates that the Romulan is headed for the Forcus system. Agreed. I believe Lady Sorella's suspicions were correct. The Romulans mean to kill Maven and anyone that gets in their way, like my father. Both Maven and my father are formidable warriors, but even they can be overwhelmed by numbers and treachery. I must go to Forcus to warn them. Will you join me, my friend? We have arrived in the Forcus system. The Warbird's warp trail ends here. She's out there, somewhere. Initiating sensor sweep now. I've hailed him several times, but he has not answered. Either he is unable to respond, or unwilling to respond. Let us hope he is engaged with the Batleth tournament, and watching over Maven. We will need to beam down to the surface to know for certain, however. Yes, she is dropping into orbit over Forcus 3, and hailing us. It appears Commander Tarson would like a word.
You're becoming an annoyance. You have made yourself a target by defending the House of Martok. By following me here, you've given me no choice but to destroy you.
He cloaked. Scan for energy traces so we can follow him. cloaked again! We must find him! Quickly!
He's a runner, for sure.
You cannot stop what is already set in motion. The Klingon Empire will fall.
Where's the other one gonna focus? There it is. Not as bad as I thought. I'm gonna go on down here and get the yams.
Tarson may have beamed himself and his agents to the surface. He also has Klingon traitors aiding his cause. We have more work to do, my friend. Let us beam down and attempt to contact Maven and my father before things get worse.
Not just yet.
Tarson may have been...
Well, I already listened to that, so we will beam down directly.
There is a priority target.
Any Romulans here will be well hidden, but their Klingon allies will be able to move freely. Even so, someone might have noticed some unusual behavior. Let's start in the bar. Tongues loosened by blood wine may reveal clues we'd otherwise miss.
Did you see Jim Puck when he was young and still fighting in the tournaments? Oh, now that was something to behold. He was masterful and fluent, not like the young tards here these days. I'm surprised that some of them can hold on to their batlets for the entire match. Ah! Wonderful! Another stout warrior eager to hear the story of my glory days in battle. Pull up a chair and I'll allow you the honor of buying me a blood wine.
Not quite the information I needed.
Have you seen the fighter for the House of Duras? He looks like a real contender for champion standing. I'll bet you a barrel of blood wine that he wins without taking a single wound.
General Chang fought the Master Corps, both in their prime fighting condition. Who do you think would take champion standing?
And what do you think of the new rule restricting botnet links to between 110 and 120 centimeters?
Do you really think a Romulan would be foolish enough to beam down to an arena filled with hundreds of Klingon warriors? Besides, ever since that one tournament where the champion of the House of Mokai used a transporter to steal his opponent's bat'leth in the middle of a fight, there are transport inhibitors in place. The only places they can operate are the transport pads and cargo storage.
The enemy is devious, moving in disguise. Tactics worthy of House Mokai, but not a true Klingon warrior. If they're posing as cargo haulers, they will have access to the locker rooms where competitors store their gear. They need only wait there for Maven between rounds and strike when he least expects it. Hearing the chanting and sounds of bat'leths reminds me of the first time I celebrated the Côte Baval festival. That was the first time I remember understanding what it means to be a Klingon warrior.
There is a priority
Look,
target
speak
in the
quickly.
area.
I have a tournament to
Stay
run,
alert.
and little time for fools. I am, and you will explain your impudence before I show you why I am in charge. The hard way.
There is another way. Is it still possible to enter the tournament?
Not as a competitor, but we do have an opening for an exhibition match. One of the fighters put enough blood wine in his gut to drop the Gone King and had to withdraw. If you wish to take his place, I will allow it. Then combat you shall have. No firearms are allowed. You must use a melee weapon. A bat'leth is preferred, but this is an exhibition, so you may use an unconventional melee weapon if you wish. Even one of those Vulcan lurpas they wave at each other in mating disputes. Ha!
Alright.
And now, an exhibition match. This concludes the exhibition. Our next match will begin shortly. Ha! You fight well. Work on your form, and you might qualify for next year's tournament. You may use the locker rooms to clean up. Go. Should you have the courage, I will allow you the honor of buying me a blood wine later. Perhaps we will see if you drink as well as you fight.
I said that I would tell you the story of how I came to be called Kempton. Kempton was the name of a warrior who saved my father from assassins on Moranga 4.
What's this? A
I used the
glove
name
buzzes
Kempton
into these hallowed
to honor
chambers?
his memory.
This is
to
a place
remind
for
me of what it
competitors.
means
Insect,
to be
be
Klingon.
gone! The insect buzzes still. I think it is time I stifled it permanently. Last chance, Globfly. Leave on your own 2 feet or on the barge to Grethor. Your choice.
More traitors in league with Tarson. They must be preparing to strike.
Target located. Crimes include sabotage and assassination. Termination authorized.
I don't see anything there. Check the next room. It would appear. So he's here.
Maven has fallen to treachery. The House of Martok will have its revenge.
Tor,
I need reinforcements.
A little bit extra DPS. Maybe now Worf will listen to us.
What is the meaning of this, Alexander? Maven was sent here to replace his equipment, and yet I find you here, surrounded by Romulans with the grandson of Martok dead at your feet. Explain yourself.
Lady Sorella feared that you alone would not be able to keep her grandson safe. We followed these Romulans here, and would have stopped them had these halls not been filled with Klingon traitors. And where were you when these assassins struck?
I see you have been listening to my son's conspiracy theories again. He talks of peace and uniting the houses, yet here he is, with a blade in his hand, looking for glory. I told you I wanted nothing to do with this.
While you were here at the tournament, assassins moved against Lady Sorella at her own estate. If we hadn't tracked down this agent and disarmed his explosive, she would be dead as well. At every step, we have encountered Klingons hiding in the shadows, with blades at our backs.
I have not seen this evidence, but I believe what you say. We will get to the bottom of this. That does not mean we can act rashly. If there were Klingons aiding these agents, then we are still in danger.
Agreed. A great house conspiring with the Tal Shiar to assassinate other Klingons. And it is not just a theory. How high does the corruption go?
Sorella and the rest of the House of Martok will mourn for her grandson. But I must also see that security remains a priority. To start, I am sending you a recruit from our house, the warrior Belera. She's been personally trained by me, and will aid your crew as we fight against the House of Torg.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
My former jailers were from that house. At least, before we sent them to Grethel on the frozen tundra of Rura Pente. You have fought with me this far, my friend. Will you see this through to the end? Help me serve House Torg, a dish colder than the gulag they used to command.
Alright, what's next?
The idea that one of the great houses is conspiring with Romulans to attack House Martok is troublesome. Come to the Kethel Lowlands. Worf and I would be honored if you would participate in Maven's Hecate. Once we have put our family matters to rest, you may work with Worf and Kemtar to determine our plan of attack. Serve the Empire well.
Nano system. I transwarp right there. Let's do the old transwarp. Speed things up a little bit.
Maven was the heir of House Martok. We will be diminished without him. He died as a warrior born, and soon he will join his honored ancestors in the halls of Stovokor.
You honor my house by returning the body of Maven to his home. My grandson was very traditional. In his honor, we shall perform an Akvo. Together, we will follow our ancient traditions by watching over Maven until his spirit is ready for the journey to Stovokor. I would be honored if you joined us in the Akvo.
In the flash, before the night, you heard the call of Stovokor. The warriors singing. Cry out your name. Welcome home. Welcome home. Let not your heart be filled with fear. The spirit soars on honor's wings. Your heart is singing. You found your way. Welcome home. Welcome home. Thank you for participating in the Akvo. It is important that we remember our traditions. Together, we have kept away the predators that would take Maven's body before his spirit was ready to leave for Stovokor. Now he may seek the fellowship of Martok and continue the warrior's journey.
Pardon my interruption, Gintok. We have an urgent security matter. House of Torg warriors was seen gathering in the first city. We have word that they are planning an assault, and will be here any moment.
Send an alert to everyone on the estate. I will see to Lady Sorella. Prepare your men. We will not let these dogs catch us by surprise. Here they come. Show them no mercy.
Defend Lady Sorella!
House Torg will end you Martok fools! And your pathetic house!
You desecrated the Akvo, and for that, you will die!
More enemies approach!
The ferry for Grathor leaves soon, and you shall be on it, you worthless Garut!
Torg sent his lackeys to attack us during a sacred ritual. He is truly a dishonorable Takek, and I will have my vengeance. Worf, Kemtar, honored allies of House Martok, hear me now. Lead our warriors against the House of Torg, and bring an end to their treachery once and for all!
After everything you have done on behalf of the House of Martok, I ask that you see this campaign to its conclusion. The House of Torg must not be allowed to survive this day. The House of Torg's main base is located in the Gorath system. I will prepare our fleet, and we will attack while we have the advantage. Take Alexander with you, and he will ensure your ship is recognized as an ally by our fleet. Torg will soon discover that the House of Martok is stronger than he was led to believe. Make contact with the fleet when you enter the Garath system to receive further instructions.
We've arrived in the Gorath system. Our transponder signal has been linked to the Martok fleet commander, and we're receiving battle instructions. The IKS Mooj will follow us. Our task is to destroy hard assets that Torg could use to mount a counterattack. There is one of the freighters. Target it before it can escape.
Just one freighter left to go. More golden.
There is one of the freighters. Target it before it can escape. With these assets destroyed, House Torg will be unable to resupply their forces. Their ability to fight will be greatly limited. Now, Torg must be brought before the Council so that we may reveal the depths of his house's treachery.
Yeah, not quite yet. I'll get this Verteron particle over here.
With these assets...
There is a priority target.
At last, the stronghold of House Torg. This will be over soon. Torg is here, trapped like a Hadibach. That will make him dangerous, but not invincible. Coward that he is, Torg will put all of his warriors in our path, including his son, Sagen. Perhaps we will have vengeance for Maven sooner than we expected. Sagen's quarters are up ahead. Despite being an idiot and a follower, he is the heir of House Torg. He will have supported his father in all things, even treason, even the killing of Maven. For that, he must pay. Honor demands it.
Can this conversation wait until after we've gotten rid of this again?
What's this? Martok assassin! Here? Madness!
Torg severed Martok's bloodline when he killed Maven. Now, with the death of Sagen, we have our revenge! As it has always been, my friend. As it always will be. For we are Klingon! We must seek any further evidence of Torg's treason. We can use what we find when we bring him before the Council.
Idiots! You told us this place was secure!
Why did he lie to you? Back through here.
Target identified. Known crimes include treason and sedition. Termination sanctioned.
You dare to interrupt my drinking? You Martok fools must really want to die.
Those shipping containers in the back court are not of Klingon design. These are Romulan shipping containers, but they're filled with Klingon weapons and technology. These crates are similar to those we found in the Vor system. According to the shipping manifests, they're scheduled to be transferred to a freighter with a destination somewhere within Romulan space.
Surprise, surprise.
This evidence connects Torg directly to the information we received from the Romulan Republic captain. Torg is selling weapons and secrets to the Tal Shiar, and in exchange, they provide him with deniable assets, ships and assassins to remove his competitors.
You fight well, but you will go no further, assassins!
Well, we'll see.
Torg must be locked in his audience chamber. We must get those doors open!
That is far enough, you simply piece of bastard! Did you think that you could walk into my home, kill my son, and live to tell about it? I will personally drag you and every other misbegotten member of your house to the frozen core of Rurapinte, where you will all die without honor!
Your corruption is poison. You talk of honor, but have none of your own. You see power, yet trade it to our enemies for personal gain. You rule a great house, yet have no understanding of what makes our people great.
Don't talk to me of our people, Alexander, son of Worf. It is because of half-breeds like you that our people have grown weak, The fact that Martok accepted you into his family is reason enough for me to destroy his house. You have no idea what the future holds for our people. If you knew what the Romulans have told me, you would beg to join us.
Whatever the future may bring to the Empire, you will not be a part of it, Torg. I will see to that. Perhaps, in the future, there will be peace between our houses, but...
You dare insult me with talk of peace? As you stand there with the blood of my son on your hands? There will be no peace between us, mongrel. I will not rest until every man, woman, and child of House Martok are among the honorless dead, bound for Gwethor. Take care of these assassins, and bring me Alexander. I want to teach him a lesson.
Coward! He used his transporter!
The flanking right there goes a long ways.
He has escaped for now. But when we are finished, we will make sure that he has nowhere to run. There will be no safe haven in the entire Empire for Torg. We must take the evidence we've collected to Kronos and present it to the High Council. Once Chancellor Jempok knows of Torg's treason, there will be justice at last. Perhaps they will put Torg into my old cell on Rurapente. It is more than he deserves, but it would be poetic.
Turn to my ship.
Incoming hail. It is my father.
The remainder of our fleet has assembled in the system. The House of Torg has called in Romulan reinforcements, but if we stick to our offensive strategy, we will prevail. Form up behind the IKS Tar, and we will teach these fools how to fight ship to ship.
Do is expose him.
Reading a few ships on attack vectors, all with House Torg registries. Someone doesn't want us to present our evidence to the High Council. It does not matter. I did not come this far to fall in battle to the lackeys of Torg. Does not matter. I did not come this far to fall in battle to... My father has contacted Chancellor Jumpak and explained the situation. He is waiting for us in the Great Hall. The Chancellor and the High Command are waiting for us as well. There, my father will formally accuse Torg of treason. Father tells me that Torg will be present as well. That should make things interesting.
It is time. We must confront Torg. Tell me when you are ready.
We are ready.
Ambassador Worf and Kimtar. An interesting band of warriors, to be sure. The time has come. We are ready to hear your claim. Are you prepared to show evidence to support it?
We are.
Worf, son of Moog, you have called this council on a very serious matter. Speak.
The House of Martok will show evidence that Torg, son of Cormog, has committed acts of treason.
I will not stand by and let the House of Martok spread more lies and deceit to this council.
This brave warrior, together with my son Alexander, uncovered a plot by the House of Torg to transfer weapons and classified technology to our enemies in the Romulan Star Empire. We have presented to the Chancellor's aides physical evidence and computer logs that will trace stolen weapons from the exchange through the House of Torg to agents within the Tal Shiar.
This dishonorable bastard would say anything to hide the weakness and decay in his own house.
The evidence is clear, Torg. It is the finding of this council that you have lost all sight of honor and are guilty of treason. The accusation stands. The judgment is discommendation. From this point forward, the House of Torg will be no more.
You have killed my son! You have stripped my house of honor! I will burn in the fires of Greta! But not before I kill you!
Father, look out!
Alexander!
Uh-oh.
We will control the Empire! Kill these fools!
What in the world happened here? Why is half of his mouth? Half of his body's on the stairs.
No!
It seems I am not the warrior I should have been, Father.
You were warrior enough to save me. All that matters now is that you are my son.
And for that, I am proud.
Save your strength, son. Help is coming.
They will be too late. Today is a good day to die.
It will be a good death. You are a warrior. This tragedy will not be forgotten. I want to thank you for rescuing my son from Rurapente and allowing him to die with honor. You have done much for the House of Martok, but we have also lost much. Perhaps, but the pain will remain. Alexander never realized that he truly was Kimtar, both then and now. We must remember to stay true to our beliefs. Only then can we live and die with honor. Until we meet again, warrior.
We will make sure the House of Torg is properly punished for their cowardly actions. Torg has been on the council for many years, and I thought I knew his heart. I was wrong. I had no part in or knowledge of his acts against the House of Martok. For that, he will pay dearly.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Congratulations! You have proven yourself to be a strong warrior and invaluable to the Klingon Empire. Report to the shipyard orbiting Kronos. I would like to formally recognize your contributions to the Empire.
Not bad. Sounds like a nice little upgrade in ship, hopefully.
Kavan, warrior. I bring news from the war, and an opportunity for honor and glory. We recently took the Alhena system from the Federation in battle. In response, Starfleet has sent a task force to take it back. Our forces may not be enough to repel their counterattack. Alhena is an important system. I will not see it fall back into Federation hands. Join me there, and we will teach Starfleet what happens when you defy the Klingon Empire.
Very well.
Everything we do is for the Empire. Everything we do is for the Empire.
Go over to the shipyard and pick a new ship. Party time for the new ship. Ship vendor. So I order new ships here. Tier 2, I assume. Get ready. Well, all right there, guys. So far, we got pretty decently far into. Yeah, we did both that and that. There's Empire and Warzone are done. And the Mars Bringer, the Bringer of War, is up next. We got a ways to go to get through all of it, but the cool thing is right now, I should at least, hello, go in here and refine any dilithium I get. And then come over here to the Klingon recruit section. Check this out. Nothing here. Oh, well, okay. It's kind of cool. Hunter's Instinct. Unforgettable. Slaying enemies of the Empire will get me different little goodies. I'm not going to collect them just yet, because sometimes collecting some of these things a little too early, I think, kind of goofs you up. Especially when you can collect them a little bit later. I think they if you get like items and stuff like that, you can get them to like rank up to the actual level you are. So, but anyways, like I was saying, I'm Jiffy, and this is Jiffy's Gaming. We're going to log out here. If you like what I do, please throw me a follow or, subscribe. And a like always helps. I'm here on Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube. I thank you all for watching. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye-bye now.